Okay guys, so today we're in a new space because we're going to be trying something completely new. This is my first kind of video doing this sort of thing. Let's go and check out what I've got on today. Okay guys, so here it is. I have just taken it out for a tiny spin, but there was not very much power left in it. Obviously it's been shipped over from China. So I'm just going to take you around the whole scooter. As you can see up here, we've got a couple of control panels. You can turn it off, you can change the mode up and down. We've got these grips here, which are super grippy, and then behind it, we've got a brake. This little hook here is actually the throttle, so when you want to go, you pedal a little bit and then press that and it starts going. Down here, as you can see, we've got a little horn, and we've got this red button here, which turns the lights on, which are located down here. So we've got a nice beam coming out the front, and we also have a tail / brake light coming off the back. Then we have, of course, our wheels, which you can pump up if they need pumping up. These are actually rock solid, straight out of the box. We also have some disc brakes on the other side, which are connected up to the handlebars going through this thing here, which is like grouping all the cables together so that when you squeeze it, none of these are going to be getting in the way. You just have one nice cable going down, and as you can see, it tucks in behind here like that. So the next thing is the deck here where the battery is stored. So as you can see, it is a little bit thick and it definitely is quite wide, which means you can fit both feet on like that. So they're both facing the right way. You don't really need to put them like that, but you can do if you want to, if you want that extra stability. We also have a little kickstand here, which means you can stand up the whole scooter on its own. You don't have to prop it up against anything or hold it. We also have wheel caps on both the front and back, which will stop mud from flicking up into your face. And as you can see there, we've got our power cable, which you use to charge up. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, other than the motor, which is tucked into the back there. It's a really nice bit of kit, and I look forward to using it and continuing this video. Okay guys, so I've had a few weeks to play about with the scooter. Now something I've noticed is how loud the actual scooter gets when you're riding up a steep slope. The company says it can go up a 15% gradient, but just traveling up anything that puts strain on the motor makes it really, really loud. Only up to a certain point though, so it will suddenly get really loud and then it will just cut out and just go straight up the hill with no problem. Now the scooter is generic, but the company that makes the same scooter, basically they are made in China. They then put their own branding on them and then resell them. There's no real changes to the product. It's not like they put, like, say, new tires on or anything. They literally use the same product, rebrand it and sell it. But that company says this scooter can travel up to 35 to 40 kilometers in one charge. Along with that, the scooter has a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour, which is dangerous. Like, you will need to wear a helmet if you're traveling that fast. If you fall off at 40 kilometers an hour, it's not going to be good. So I really do think a helmet is really important, especially when you're traveling above 20 kilometers an hour. So to give all of that mileage, this thing has a lithium-ion battery which provides enough power to get it for 35 to 40 kilometers. Now, if you're wondering what 15 amp hours looks like, this thing is 2 amp hours. So depending on how confident you are at riding one of these things, you can change it to one of 3 speed modes. In level 1 there's not really that much power at all, so it's brilliant if you're learning how to ride it. In level 2 it kind of goes up a notch, it's a little bit more powerful, but not as powerful as number 3, which is really quite powerful, and it does sound a lot more aggressive than number 1. All of this battery power though does have quite an effect on the actual overall weight of the scooter. It actually comes in at 17 kilograms, which is really heavy. So carrying this thing around will be a bit of a struggle. So I think it's best if you were to use this thing to commute to work that you keep it in the back of your car and you park your car outside of the town and you ride on in on the electric scooter. Then it would be useful if you had a place to put it, either at work or at school or at college or wherever you're going. Otherwise it's going to weigh you down all day if you're dragging it in between meetings or in between lessons or whatever you're doing in your day. So this thing has a speedometer which will keep you safe from prosecution if you're riding too fast through, say, a pedestrian area or a park where the speed limit is only 5 miles an hour to keep people safe. And if you're going 20 kilometers an hour through there, you're going to be breaking the law. Along with this, if you do realise that you're going quite fast and somebody does walk out into the middle of the road, we have front and back disc brakes, which will mean you can come to a grinding halt in a matter of meters. So say if you're coming to a grinding halt and there's someone actually following you behind you in a car, they can actually see that you're braking because this thing has a back brake light, which does sound a little bit ridiculous, but it does double up. In the night, this thing will just glow red and you've got your front LEDs on, which is quite powerful actually, and you can see what you're doing in the dark. So yeah, this thing has all of those features just to keep you safe because it could be potentially dangerous. So yeah, I can picture a lot of people riding into work on this, and it can save you money because if you think about paying for parking at a train station when you can just drive to the train station straight from your house on the scooter, then carry your scooter onto the train, then go off to, say, London, and then you wouldn't have to pay for a taxi once you're there as long as you have a place to store it while you're there, so you're not carrying it around for miles throughout your day. Then we're absolutely sorted, and this thing would be really good for that type of thing. But if you don't really need to commute anywhere, this thing is still quite a lot of fun for anyone, so I suggest you go and check it out in the link down below, which will take you to where you can find this thing on Amazon. But anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please leave a thumbs up down below. Also please subscribe here if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video.